Uh, uh, It's not a diss song, it's just a real song.
Hi YouTube. I'm coming at you guys with a video because for a while I've been on YouTube and I've looked at various videos on this issue and I've seen various comments, and it was something that I felt like, you know what, I might need to address because I have some input in the situation and it's not negative like how I see so many comments going back and forth with each other. It just seems to be coming from a place of negativity and not of trying to prosper. So I wanted to kind of let some of my issues with what people are saying about each other out. I feel like this whole race dividing is mainly because, people tend to not like people when they have certain qualities in them that they don't like in themselves. And I feel that that is kind of one of the main issues between black women and black men. We have like issues with ourselves, and we kind of, instead of addressing those issues, we displace them and want to try to address them in others. Like with the whole black women have attitudes. Well, I know tons of black men who have attitudes. That's just reality. I know some of them who you can't say anything to, like, oh, I heard you said this, so what you trying to say? And you're just like, wait, I just was asking a question. I didn't mean to make you upset. Oh, okay. Like, it was like, wow. And I've heard it vice versa, where you know I've gone into a place, asked for directions and such as a black woman, and she's just giving me the look like, if you don't get out of my face, we're gonna have issues. I'm like, but isn't this your job? Why are you coming at me like this? So I think that we generally do certain things to each other that we will never address, but then we try to address it in another person. And I think it also stems because people don't want to be flawed. I feel like black people have been told for so long that we're flawed, we're not right, we're less than human is one of the big ones, especially in slavery. We weren't even considered humans. And so to have to check yourself and admit that, yes, I am not right. And yes, I could fix this because this isn't right. It's very hard for us to do because we feel so like, I don't want to hear that anymore. I've heard it for so long. I really don't want to hear it. It's like when black men come at black women about dating thugs. A lot of times those comments are made by black men who would take a Nicki Minaj. It's like you would talk to a woman who's completely fake from head to toe and expect her to be real to you. If you meet a woman who's rocking a Gucci bag, Gucci sneakers, you know, best outfit she can find, the flyest Beyonce weave, but doesn't have a car or a house, then you pretty know that she's just exterior. It's about, what looks good to the outside. Well, to the outside, they don't know that I'm going back into the projects. Not saying there's anything wrong with the projects, because you got to do what you got to do. And you got to maintain, especially right now in this world, the way things are going. But with all that money she's spending on Gucci, she could save up and buy herself a car. Just saying. And it goes vice versa for women. You're gonna see a dude going in and out of jail, but because he has a nice body, and you heard from such and such, oh, he can swing a dick. He got some good dick, girl. You're gonna go with him. What do you expect? This man has no problem with doing things that are illegal. That's gonna put him basically into captivity, where he's gonna be treated like an animal, and you expect him to act humane to you? Really? Like, it's things like that that show that we as a people, we make mistakes, but we just don't want to kind of take responsibilities of our own exploits. And I think that's kind of the catalyst between the hate between black women and black men, because sometimes what people will do is displace, their anger in the wrong direction. And I really feel like we really need to look back and say our ancestors have died for so many things, and now we are killing ourselves. I'm not saying that dating outside your race is like killing your race, because at the end of the day, if you find somebody that you can love despite your color, then that's a beautiful thing. But if it's to show up someone and say, look, I don't need you anymore, yeah, it's kind of disgusting, because it's not fair to that person, because that person might actually be looking at you like, I see you as a human being, and you're seeing them as some inanimate object that you can flaunt around and just kind of throw it in people's faces. It's sad, and it shows what type of characteristic that you have as a person, because you obviously don't feel you're worthy enough to get attention on your own, so you have to find somebody else, a prop, in order to get attention from it. Basically that person is a chain to you. So I just think that maybe we need to look at what we are doing to our ancestors' legacy, and as a people, just stop so much hate with one another, because at the end of the day, we're all beautiful, we're all flawed, we all have issues. And I know this won't reach certain people, because there's no reasoning with a crazy person, so I'll come at you with lucidity, and obviously you have none, so you have a nonsensical response to what I'm saying to you. I can't help that. That's your issue. Simple as that. But for those of you who are shrewd enough to understand exactly what I'm saying, please just be mindful that we are the future, and issues that you may have with yourself, once you have kids and things like that, please don't spread those issues to them, because this is an innocent person and they don't need to be around that. And it is okay to have flaws. So work on yourself and then be judgmental of others, because if you're not perfect, it makes no sense to hate another person, especially because of the color of his skin. And what's even more surprising is when they're the color of your skin and you hate them. It's just sad and pathetic.
It's not a diss song, it's just a real song. Feel me? I heard motherfuckers saying they made hoe say, okay, so make another hoe. Niggas wasn't playing they day role, so we parted ways like Ben and J-Lo. Should've been did it, but I've been in the days though. I put friends over business into the day though.